Hi, and welcome back to this Tuesday edition of Focal Point on AFR Talk. Just one additional item on the sanctity of life issue. There's a pro-choice group that's out there targeting students, the Feminist Majority Foundation, and they are setting up to host these online Abortion Matters carnivals. They're going to have an Abortion Matters carnival online this month, and this is what they are saying, that having an abortion is safer than having your wisdom teeth removed. Well, not for the baby, it isn't. Now, got a question for you about this fall, and we can open up the phone lines here, 888-589-8840, because I'm kind of curious about this, 888-589-8840. You know, and the question is this: is your Republican lawmaker, talking here about congressmen and senators alike, the question is your Republican lawmaker hosting town hall meetings, or is he running from them like a scalded dog? That's a key question. Now, what triggered it, I was at a Tea Party event last night, spoke here in my hometown, spoke at a Tea Party event, and there was a complaint there about the lack of opportunity to have a town hall meeting with legislators that represent this part of the state. And I'm reading, in connection with that, a story about Ted Cruz. And Ted Cruz is at a Tea Party event last night. So while he's meeting with Tea Party groups in the state of Texas, other Tea Party events are happening in the month of August when lawmakers are on recess, and the lawmakers are nowhere to be found. Now, I'll tell you the reason for this, and that is that they are afraid of you and afraid of me. I'm looking at two stories, one from the New York Times, one from The Guardian, a newspaper in London, England. New York Times had a piece that featured the frustration of one citizen activist who is complaining about the fact that, look, a lot of prominent Republicans are not hosting or holding August town hall meetings. Now, remember, go back to 2010. It was these town hall meetings in 2009 where we went after the lawmakers that were pushing Obamacare back then, and in 2010. Things really heated up. And in the fall of 2010, the Tea Party, energized by these town hall meetings where just citizens confronted these pro-Obamacare legislators with scathing questions and comments about the government takeover of health care, there was this huge tsunami in 2010. Republicans took control of the House of Representatives because of these town hall meetings in August. So a lot of the people that are now ducking these town hall meetings, they don't want to be within miles of a town hall meeting, are the very people, the Republicans, who were swept into power by the Tea Party town hall movement in 2010. They're in office because of the Tea Party. The Tea Party are the people that show up at these town hall meetings. Now, these lawmakers that were sent to Washington, D.C. by the Tea Party, now the Tea Party wants to meet them for town hall meetings in 2013, and the NSA couldn't find these people. You could stick the NSA on these people, and they couldn't be found. They can't be tracked. They can't be found with GPS. They can't be found with cell phone intercepts. They can't be found with email intercepts. They are nowhere to be found. Here's an example of some of the leaders, prominent Republicans, and this is what I'm curious about, why you think they're dodging these town hall meetings. My theory is they're scared to death of us. And that's why they're just trying to avoid it. A lot of these lawmakers will have a town hall meeting, but they'll post it on a Facebook page or they'll post it on their official website like a day or two before it happens. And then nobody finds out about it. The town hall happens. They just have a few invited people who are friendly. And then it says, how come we didn't have a town hall? Oh, we had one. It was on our website and everything. I'm sorry you missed it. So it's their way of kind of squeezing the Tea Party out by not giving enough lead time for them to make plans to be there, but then to be able to turn around and say, oh, yeah, we had these town hall meetings. Now, here are some of the prominent Republicans. This is of a couple of days ago, so this could have changed. But Representative Rodney Davis in Illinois, Representative Tim Griffin in Arkansas, Representative John Klein in Minnesota, Senate Minority Whip John Cornyn in Texas. I can understand why he's running, because he's backing away from the Don't Fund Obamacare plan. He doesn't want to get anywhere near people that are going to ask him about that. Representative Pete Sessions in Texas, who's the chairman of the House Rules Committee, he's not having a town hall meeting. I've met him before, great guy, but for some reason he's not having a town hall meeting. Senator Lindsey Graham, I can understand why he's not having a town hall meeting. He is completely off the grid when it comes to immigration. He doesn't know where he's at on Egypt. He and John McCain just went to Egypt to try to get the Muslim Brotherhood criminally reinstalled over the nation of Egypt. So he's just all over the map on everything. House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, he doesn't want to be anywhere near a town hall meeting. These are all lawmakers who have not announced any town halls, but did participate in them in 2009 when the heat was up on the other guys. So again, I just want to make this observation in passing. I mean, I get accused a lot of being a homer. You're just a Republican. Your party is just about pushing Republicans. The Republicans never do anything wrong in your eyesight. You're just a fanboy for the Republican Party. Well, this is for those people that think that's all I do, to be aware. I'm going to go after anybody if I think they're dodging issues. It doesn't matter what the label is on the inside or the outside of the shirts that they wear. So anyway, you got a lot of these guys that are just ducking them. Here's a piece from The Guardian in London talking about the same thing. This summer, as the denizens of Capitol Hill retreat back to their districts, there is one clear change, one solid piece of evidence that the GOP is going to do things differently. They're avoiding town halls, the cauldron of Tea Party activism that helped convince congressmen that no could be a complete answer. The New York Times reports that the events are not on congressional schedules and that members have taken to making what few do take place hard to find and even harder to use as a springboard for theatrics, small venues scheduled on short notice. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, Republican lawmakers, they're ducking us because they know that they're on the wrong side of the immigration issue. Let me grab that story on the immigration issue about a town hall meeting. Where is that story? Town hall meeting with a Republican. We just got blistered on the issue of immigration. Yeah, here it is from Breitbart.com. Constituents unload on immigration at Len Jenkins Town Hall. A standing room only crowd of about 100 people at a town hall forum hosted by House GOP Conference Vice Chair Representative Len Jenkins from Kansas on Wednesday overwhelmingly voiced their opposition to amnesty or any pathway to citizenship for illegal immigrants in America. As the Reverend Jason Schaff of Mission Adelante asked Jenkins to support amnesty and immigration reform legislation passed by the House, the majority of crowd members shouted him down. Now, Schaff said, look, deporting people here illegally is costly and lacking a lot of mercy. Well, how costly is it to leave them here? And where is the mercy for American citizens whose families are being killed, murdered by illegal aliens? Where is the mercy for the hospitals that are being shut down because they're overwhelmed with indigent illegal alien care and aren't allowed to turn anybody away? Where is the mercy for Americans whose jobs are being taken by illegal aliens? I'm all about mercy. I'm all about compassion, but I think we ought to show a little bit at somewhere in the discussion for our own citizens. Now, my point is, and I've got another story in here about how Marco Rubio has completely gone to ground. By the way, you might have heard this story. 3 more guns from the Fast and Furious operation have turned up at crime scenes in Mexico. Fast and Furious guns, you know all about this. These were guns that Eric Holder part of President Obama's administration, made sure got into Mexico. Illegal gun purchases, straw purchases, run across the border to get them into the hands of the drug cartels. Now people are getting murdered with these guns all over the place. 3 more of them turn up at a crime scene down in Mexico. And the story about Marco Rubio right here on top, Rubio takes low profile on immigration. Senator Marco Rubio has kept a low profile on this is from The Hill, which is one of the leading political websites in D.C., has kept a low profile on the subject of immigration reform this month, even while others in the Senate Gang of 8 pressure the House to act. Rubio has taken a hit in the polls, and his aspirations to run for president in 2016 may be in danger because of his outspoken support for the controversial Senate immigration bill. So Marco Rubio has gone to ground. People can't even find him. He has disappeared. He's not talking about immigration any longer because he knows that he kneecapped himself on immigration. It was a disastrous miscalculation on his part. Some highly paid GOP consultant, probably the people that John McCain paid all that money to help him win in 2008, same people that Mitt Romney paid millions of dollars to help him win in 2012, probably the same people who are the ones that will take millions of dollars to tell you how to win the White House. How did that work out for McCain? How did that work out for Romney? Eric Fernstrom, he was the Etch-a-Sketch guy. Remember, he was the guy, so now we're done with the primary, just take the Etch-a-Sketch, turn it over, start brand new for the general. We just completely retool everything, change our message, change our values, change our principles in order to run in the general election. Well, he's out there saying that for the Republican Party to dodge NBC and CNN and say we're not going to allow you to host debates, that's bad optics. And my response to that, well, talk about bad optics, how about losing to Barack Obama? Talk about bad optics. But anyway, Marco Rubio apparently was counseled by these guys, here's the ticket to the White House, be out in front on amnesty, push amnesty, be the champion for amnesty, be the face of amnesty. And, and these guys, they see what happened to Lynn Jenkins in Kansas. They understand the American people are not with them on amnesty. Their base, the people that sent them to Washington, D.C., are not behind them. They're strongly, vigorously opposed to amnesty. And so Marco Rubio kneecapped himself, and now he's heading for the tall grass. Focal Point AFR Talk.